Hey everyone, Rich Lowry of National Review, and let's talk about the 5 things you should know about Memorial Day, which is obviously much more than just the informal start of summer. Number 1, it's an ancient holiday. Societies have always cared very much about how their war dead are treated. You can go back and look at the Iliad, where the great warrior Achilles kills his enemy Hector and then shamefully drags him around on the ground for days, angering the gods, until finally Hector's father Priam goes to Achilles and begs him for the return of his son's body, and the two embrace and weep together. Both the Greeks and the Romans decorated with flowers the graves of their dead. In Athens, they'd have a public funeral for all those who had fallen in battle, and that's why we have, for instance, the famous funeral oration of Pericles. 2, it's a deeply organic holiday. It rose spontaneously and locally in communities around the country around the time of the Civil War, when they would take flowers and decorate the graves of the Civil War dead. Hence the original name of the holiday, Decoration Day. 3, we owe the holiday as we know it now to a Union general named John Logan. He made it a national event by calling for May 30th, 1868 to be set aside, quote, for the strewing of flowers on the graves of the Civil War dead, who now lie in practically every city, village, and hamlet churchyard in the land. 4, the Tomb of the Unknown, obviously very important to this holiday. Every year, the president or another high official goes and lays a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown soldier. At first, the Tomb of the Unknown didn't have any guard whatsoever. Then reports of disrespectful treatment of the tomb, which outraged the country, forced the Army's hand, and it decided to post a civilian guard there. For years, it was guarded just during the day, until finally, at midnight on July 2nd, 1937, the 3rd Cavalry posted a guard that has stayed there faithfully at the tomb in fair weather and foul every single hour of every single day ever since. 5, the tomb is obviously highly symbolic in its own right. Initially, it was a fairly modest structure because Congress didn't appropriate enough money to make it into something more grand, but then it did. And it was rededicated in 1932. It now has 3 classical figures on it representing victory and peace and valor. It has 6 wreaths turned upside down to represent mourning, and it has that wonderful inscription on it. Here lies in honored glory an American soldier known but to God. Everyone, have a safe holiday, and please be grateful.